Stanford for our processional music, so if you would, let's give them a hand. And as we gather together, we want to give to return thanks for the one that has brought us here, that has done so many wonderful things for us. So let us join together in prayer. O Lord our God, you are a God of grace and a God of glory. We thank you for the opportunity to be together here at Spartanburg Methodist College. We ask that you would send your Holy Spirit down upon these students that are gathered together. May they have nervousness and worry about the semester removed and be replaced with resolve and peace and power to go forth and to learn. We ask that you would put your guiding hand on the faculty that are assembled today, that they would be filled with compassion, with peace, and with caring for these students. We ask your companionship for our staff and all of those who take care of our students, that they would be ready for all of the challenges that lay ahead. In all things, Lord, we ask that you would make us a family, make us part of your plan, ready to love, to serve, and to bless. Give us growth in our hearts, growth in our minds, and growth in our souls during the coming year, that when we meet back here next year, we would be able to say that we are not the same as we were, and that we are ready to love and to serve in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. And now I'd like to introduce to you President Cochran. You all know him, but let's welcome him to the stage.
Good morning. And I want to welcome everyone to the 108th Convocation at Spartanburg Methodist College. One quick housekeeping item. In this modern age of technology, we are actually live streaming this, but we have so many people in the network that it's stopping up the network. So if you could just click off of your Wi-Fi for the next 40 minutes, or put it in airplane mode so people that are tuning in can see, that would be great. Convocation marks the official opening of the college. And it's the time when we gather for our first year students and welcome all of them and our guests. And I want to do that today. To our students, you've been part of something special. This is the first time in the history of the college that we have offered to be able to welcome juniors. You are the largest number of freshmen for the third year in a row that we've had move in on move-in day, and that's something significant. A lot of you have been on campus a number of times. You've been here for open houses, you've been here for visits, you've been here to see friends or sporting events. And this convocation is to mark a celebration that you're here, not permanently, but definitely semi-permanently for the next couple of years. We hope that you learn and grow during this time. We hope that you learn about each other and learn about the world, and that you get ready to take on the world and make your own mark. To our faculty, your work is some of the most important work in the world, and we know that. You're preparing our future leaders to ask the difficult questions and to respond to the even more difficult answers. Thank you for choosing to be a teacher, a mentor, and a friend to all of us here. To all of our guests, thank you for joining us today. Your support for our college and our students is important, and we all need help at one time or another, and you provide that in varying ways throughout the lives of all of us. And I'm really glad that every one of you are here. And I also want to welcome two of our trustees, Ms. Catherine Gramling and Ms. Marilyn Murphy. Marilyn has joined us on the stage today, and she will help us as we install the new SGA president this morning. To both of you, your commitment to SMC is very important and critical, and your leadership is impactful, and I want to thank you for giving up your time to be here. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Mark Gibbs, the Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost. Mark has been with SMC for 20 years as a professor and a dean, and he has stepped in on a number of occasions to serve whenever we ask him to serve at whatever point in time we need him. And we're grateful that he agreed to accept his current leadership role, which began in January of this year. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Mark Gibbs.
Good morning, how are y'all? You glad to be here? I am. Mr. President, members of the cabinet, the faculty, the staff, the students, I declare that now this is the official opening of the 2019-2020 academic year. Get ready. Wednesday's coming. I'm going to introduce our speaker this morning. Dr. Latasha Dennis has dedicated her life's work to education. Growing up and attending the public schools of Charleston County, she knew early on that she wanted to be a teacher. Coupled with a grandmother who always said that she can do anything she puts her mind to it. The result is a teaching career that has spanned over 2 decades. Dr. Dennis was a member of the first graduating class of the Academic Magnet High School at Burke, the first magnet program in Charleston. Although over 100 students began the program, only 46 students completed it. Her dream of being a teacher took her to Winthrop University, which was known as the Teachers College. There she completed her Bachelor of Arts in English with a minor in secondary education, as well as her Master of Arts in English. After instructorships at Coastal Carolina University and Winthrop University, she attended the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, where she successfully completed a doctoral program in English. Dr. Dennis was fortunate enough to return to her alma mater of Winthrop to teach full-time. Since the fall of 2012, Dr. Dennis has been a member of the faculty at Spartanburg Methodist College. Her time here has continued to be rewarding. In addition to being granted tenure in 2016, she received the highest honors. Both the students and her colleagues selected her to receive commendations for her teaching. She received the Student Government Association's Founders Day Award and the Archie Vernon and Margaret Wanamaker Huff Faculty Award. She has also served as the chair of the English Division. Teaching is more than her career, rather it is how God has chosen for her to live into her purpose. In her heart, Dr. Dennis believes that teaching is a mixture of mission and ministry, and she intends to give her best for as long as she can. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Latasha Dennis.
Good morning. Good morning. I would like to very quickly thank President Cochran and my colleagues at SMC, trustees for choosing and supporting me in giving this morning's address. And my family's watching, so thank you. My thank you was quick, not because I'm short on gratitude, but because I would rather spend the moments that I have focused on the students and not on myself. I managed to go the entire summer without getting sick, but as my luck would have it, on last Monday, I did start to get sick. So, as your luck would have it, that means I won't be before you very long. I only need about an hour or two just to get my punch across, and then we'll be fine. That's a joke. I would not. This convocation, as has already been stated, marks a unique moment in the life of SMC. Just by sitting here right now, you are making history. In this room, there is the class of SMC 2021 and the class of SMC 2023. You are the first and only class of incoming freshmen who can brag that you had the opportunity to complete your associate's degree and your bachelor's degree at Spartanburg Methodist College. This is a big moment for all of us, and we are ready. Now, as an English professor, it is always important to me to be clear about what words or concepts mean. Technically, a convocation is a formal gathering of people, and when it happens at a college or university, it usually centers on a ceremony. For this ceremony, we are here to welcome you and to honor you. You could have chosen to go to any school that would have you, but you chose us. You could have answered the call to serve your country, but instead of Uncle Sam, you chose us. You could have even decided that college was not the best path for you, but you chose us. Convocation, then, presents a chance for my colleagues and me to show you that we don't take it lightly or for granted that you are here. Thank you. Why am I thanking you? Oh, you want to clap? You can clap. Thank you. So why am I thanking you? It's not because I want you to feel entitled or because I want to inflate your ego and make you believe that everything is about and revolves around you. No. I am expressing gratitude because your being here allows all of us to do what we love and what we enjoy. You've probably heard it before, but it bears repeating. Working with youth, be it through teaching or any of the multiple forms of student support services we provide, is typically not just a job for most people. It is a calling. It takes a different set of skills to be effective with college-age students because, let's face it, you all are somewhat of an in-between group. Here's what I mean. The state of South Carolina says that at 18, you are technically adults. Yet we all know, and we all hope, that the adult you are at 18 will look very differently from the adult you will be at 25 or even 40, because you have a lot more growing and maturing ahead of you. 2 months ago, you were the seniors at your high school, the apex predators who were expected to know it all. 2 months later, and you're in a new place with mostly new people, and everybody expects you to just jump in, figure it out, and not just do it, but do it well. Some of you might even have families who expect you to do it very well. 2 months ago, you could breeze through your classes with just enough effort, and that might have required not doing a lot of or even any homework at all. In 2 days, we're going to tell you that it requires dedicated work and time outside of class just to be basically prepared for what's happening in class. Yes, college students are smack dab in the middle of that sweet spot where you are who you are, yet you are still becoming. You have so much ahead of you with so many questions about what to do and how to do it, and that can be scary. When is facing the unknown ever comfortable? But the good news is, that's where we come in. Right at the intersection of, I don't know how, but I'm willing to try, and I can't, is where you will find us. At this time, I would like to ask all the faculty, staff, affiliates of SMC to please stand where you are and face the students if you're not doing so already. Students, take a good look at these people standing all around you. Take a good look at them. Learn their faces, their names, their social security numbers. Just take a good look at them. These are the people who will work with you, who will push you, who will challenge you. These are the people who will fight with you, but these are the same people who will fight for you. We will tell you the hard truths for your own good. Sometimes you will not earn credit for that class, even if it means losing your scholarship. Sometimes that C is just a C, and no, you cannot move it to a B. But we are also the people that will celebrate the small milestones as they come, who will pour into you with the best that we have. These very people will be waiting for you at graduation in 2 or 4 years. Go, be seated. Thank you. I speak with confidence because of my own interactions with the many students who have come through my classes, and I know the conversations I've had with colleagues over the years as we discuss strategies for dealing with student issues. Yes, it is my job to teach you how to write and how to analyze a piece of literature. However, the most meaningful part of my job is seeing you beyond who you are today. My colleagues and I will push you as much as we can because we see your potential, oftentimes in ways that you don't see for yourselves. In each of our classes, we set high standards. It's not because we want to be mean or difficult. Professors don't take any special pleasure in your misery or in your mistakes. And it's not because we want to see you fail. We set high standards because we understand that each of you has a seed of greatness inside of you. And we want to find it, we want to water it, we want to nurture it. We want to see you grow into the fullness of who we know you can be. I would like all freshmen to take a minute and reflect on your lives up to this point. I don't want you to think about everything, but I only want you to focus on the people who have doubted you and made you feel like you don't have what it takes to be what you want to be, or that you aren't enough. You aren't good enough. You aren't smart enough. You aren't thin enough, tall enough, cool enough, pretty enough, whatever. Take a minute and think about those people. be loud, everybody, I'm sorry. On the count of 3, I want you to yell out those names. All right?
We're excited.
1, 2, 3. That's all you have? 1, 2, 3. Yell it out. All right, everybody's gotten that out. Now, I want you to repeat after me. And I want you to imagine that you are speaking directly to the person whose name you just called. Repeat after me. I am more than what you think of me. Your thoughts do not define me. You don't control my potential. Now, some of you may see that exercise as an empty gesture or think that it won't change anything, but let me tell you why it can. When I was in elementary school, many of us were taught this phrase: sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. This advice was used as a tool to keep us from fighting, to teach us that we only needed to use our fists when other people used their fists first. It was meant to be our weapon against bullies and kids who were mean on the playground. And while I can see some advantages to this way of thinking, I can also see that it is short-sighted, even as it is well-intentioned. Words can and do hurt. Eventually, the sting of a punch wears off, but if the right person says the wrong words to you at the right time in your life, that sting can last a lifetime. I was fortunate enough to read Michelle Obama's book and to see her in Atlanta this past summer. She talks about 2 very similar instances that could have changed big decisions in her life had she listened to what someone else told her. When she considered going to an Ivy League school after high school, she had a guidance counselor who told her in so many words that she wasn't Ivy League material. She didn't listen and applied to Princeton anyway. She was accepted. When it was time to leave Princeton, she's already at an Ivy League school. She asked the professor for a letter of recommendation to Harvard Law School. Her professor, in so many words, suggested that Harvard Law might not be the best for her. She didn't listen and applied to Harvard Law anyway. She was accepted. I would like to believe that those people had the best intentions, but those people, in the way they estimated her abilities, were wrong. My point is simple. People are underestimated all the time, and people are proven wrong all the time. Michelle Obama pressed forward in spite of these words. Another student would have given up because of these words. I'm not suggesting that everything you work hard for will be achieved. That's simply not true. In this same instance, another student might have decided to apply to Princeton and would not have been accepted. What I am suggesting is that in pursuing your goals, the decisions to stop, pause, keep going, push a little higher, win, lose, or draw, ultimately rest with you. From this moment on, I want you to take back any mental or emotional power that you ever gave those people who doubted you. You have choices. Use them. A long time ago, most of my colleagues will probably remember, but college and the professors were used as a way to weed people out. If you saw a college classroom on TV, it would look very similar to a room like this. A very stuffy and uptight professor, usually a male, would tell the students to look to their left and to look to their right. Then he would say something like, one of you will not be here by the end of the semester. I want to change that image. So right now, I want you to look to your left, and I want you to look to your right. And again, I want you to repeat after me. And last time, you guys didn't really give it to me. There are 500 people in here, so it should be a lot louder. So give me a little bit more energy. Repeat after me. I am your keeper.
I am your keeper.
You are my keeper.
You are my keeper.
I am responsible to myself.
I am responsible to myself.
I am responsible to you.
I am responsible to you.
We are starting together.
We are starting together.
And we're going to work hard and finish together.
And we're going to work hard and finish together.
Take out your phones, please. I want you to take them out. I want you to take a selfie or an ussy or a groupie or whatever you guys call it. I want you to take a selfie. All right. I want you to post it to all of your social, not now, don't post it to social media now. Later on, I want you to post it to social media with the hashtag legacy, hashtag SMC. Again, caption it, hashtag legacy, hashtag SMC. You build a piece of your legacy every day, and your time at SMC will be a big part of it. In case you haven't figured it out yet, SMC prides itself on being a family. That won't mean a lot to you today. You're still feeling this new place and these new people out. Besides, everybody always says they're like a family. It might not seem like it right now, but every single one of you could have a moment when your back is against the wall and it seems like you have all problems and no solutions, all questions with no answers. Maybe it won't be your first thought, but you will turn to someone in this room and they will go above and beyond in ways that you never imagined they would. How do I know? Because we've done it before. I know this place. I know these people, and I'm telling you what I've seen. In 2 days, you're going to begin classes, and that will be the first step towards the hard work of becoming who you came here to be. As you settle into your lives around campus and in the dorms, you will encounter people who are extremely different, more than just people who grew up in different towns or have different opinions. For some of you, that will mean working with a person of a different race that you never had before. For others of you, that will mean working with a person who has a different sexual orientation, gender orientation, physical orientation, or even a mental orientation than you. And for still others, that will mean working with someone who has different cultural or religious practices, even if that means no religion at all. It's all okay. Differences are opportunities because they help you learn what you didn't know before. At the end of the day, we are all people doing the best we can with what we know and with what we have. And in spite of these differences, whether you want to admit it or not, all of you are confident in some areas and scared half to death in others. All of you are perfectly healthy in some ways and perfectly a mess in others. All of you will celebrate accomplishments and all of you will struggle through obstacles. All of you are expected to leave SMC better than you found it when you came. We need you, and you certainly need us. That is a classic recipe for a mutual relationship. And every single one of us has been where you are now. My colleagues and I are here, and so are you. We are in this together. Our successes, our failures, our in-betweens, we own them, all of it. My favorite author, Toni Morrison, wrote that if you surrender to the air, you can ride it. Step boldly into your purpose. Step boldly into your greatness. Step boldly into who you are meant to be. And when you are standing upright and firmly planted, let us help you fly. Thank you, and welcome to Spartanburg.
It is my honor to administer the oath of office to our Student Government Association President, Chris Rivers. President Cochran and Marilyn Murphy stand with us to symbolize that Chris has the support of the administration and Board of Trustees, as well as the student body. Chris, you have been elected to serve as president of the Spartanburg Methodist College Student Government Association. The primary purposes of SGA are to guarantee student representation within the college community and to promote student involvement in opportunities that may impact their lives. Serving as president of the student body is a major leadership responsibility and will require commitment and dedication on your part and that of your fellow officers. Are you prepared to carry out this responsibility?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Chris Rivers,
I, Chris Rivers,
hereby accept the responsibility
hereby accept the responsibility
of serving as president
as serving as president
of the Spartanburg Methodist College
of the Spartanburg Methodist College
Student Government Association
Student Government Association
for the 2019-2020 academic year.
for the 2019-2020 academic year.
I will do my best
I will do my best
to uphold the values
to uphold the values
and traditions of the college
and traditions of the college
while representing
while representing
the interests of the students.
the interests of the students.
Congratulations.
Students, faculty, staff, and friends, this will conclude our convocation for this year. Before we leave, we're going to ask Dr. Lanford to lead us in a singing of the alma mater. So, the words are in your program. Please join us. Please stand.
Now, just stay where you are for a couple of seconds. We've got a benediction, but also an announcement for you, and that is that when you leave from here, go out the door over here, that corner, and go to the Sparrow, what is that called? The Sparrow Plaza. So that's the big circle that looks like a sundial, okay? Meet out there. That's why you're all in these same shirts. We're going to take a picture because we're so excited that you're here. So please go there as soon as I'm done with the benediction. So, now, receive this benediction. You've heard wonderful words of encouragement to let go of things that have weighed you down in the past and to embrace the winds that will carry you to new places. So I encourage you, go forth from this place, ready to let go of the things that weigh you down, ready to surrender to the wind, ready to let these people behind me and around you lift you up, ready to surrender to the Lord, to send you to new places, to learn new things and to grow in grace and knowledge and in truth, and ready to meet wonderful friends who will help you along this path. Go forth from this place in the love of God the Father, the fellowship of the Holy Spirit, and the love of Christ the Son.